Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm back. It's Dwayne, if you didn't know. Haven't done a review in a while of anything. Had a few bumps and bruises, some bad luck, some family illness. If you didn't know, my father was diagnosed with cancer over the summer, and I've kind of laid away from doing the YouTube thing. I was doing YouTube just to, review some stuff and review, mostly holsters mainly is what I've been doing, or gear, or just basically getting on here to state my opinion. I don't do this for the fame or supposed fame or anything from it. Well, you'll figure out from the review here. This is a review. I was searching YouTube earlier and trying to bring up this actual specific product, and it's funny because nobody's ever reviewed it, and I thought it would be interesting to the fact that I guarantee that most people that's looked this up or sees this knows what it is and has a reason to be looking at it to begin with, or is pissed off at the company that makes these. And if you don't know what this is a combat cock by Special Operations Equipment, or SOE. There's their logo, and yes, it does say made in the motherfucking USA, which my wife found to be pretty funny, because she didn't know nothing about the company or nothing. She kind of barely pays attention to me when I talk about YouTube or stuff I see on YouTube. And yeah, this is a combat cock. To me, or tactical chicken, whatever you would like to call it. To me, it's funny because, as John Willis or anybody would tell you, if you gotta ask what it is, you don't probably need it. But this here is my cock. This is Clettus, and as most guys do, we like to name our cock. So I named him Clettus, and he's pretty cool. He's white on one side, purple on the other. Some would say he's two-faced. I don't know what your thoughts are. But he's also, you can see this and it does not come up upside down. I apologize for that. See if that comes into focus there. See if I can get it right side up. Alright, made in the motherfucking USA, Mr. Clettus here. My cock, he's pretty cool. Interesting about the cock is a lot of people don't understand the cock, or don't know the purpose of the cock. And what I have issue with, if you have a cock and have no purpose for it, then you shouldn't have a cock. Which I find pretty interesting. Some of you may find it funny. I apologize for not being able to, manipulate my cock in a certain way or something like that. I do have a broken arm. Courtesy of some black ice due to the recent weather. I slipped and fell and fractured my arm in 2 places. And so I thought, I would do a review on my cock. And a lot of people ask, really, what is it for? Well, I guess you would say it is, in the tactical world, a tactical beanie baby. He is basically here for your amusement. He is basically here to say, hey, would you like to look at my cock? If, you'd like to touch my cock. He's neither here for no more purpose than just any other thing sewed together or stuffed. But he is pretty cool in the fact that I'll digress and move on from here. But as I was, searching YouTube earlier, I realized a lot of people are just not doing reviews or anything besides, mainly, reviews of stuff they're getting paid for swag or something. John Willis is not going to pay me for talking about my cock on YouTube. And I wouldn't expect him to. But I find it interesting. It comes with 2 Velcro patches, as you can tell. And it comes with this cool little attachment here, which you can do what you want with. I got this in order with my EDC belt, which I would do a better review on, which I don't understand what people do. But if you want a good belt, check out John Willis at SOETacticalgear.com, made in the motherfucking USA. You will buy the only belt you'll ever need. And I guarantee that, I swear, the best belt. For having one arm, I can work my belt better now than I ever could any other belt I've ever owned. I bought a so-called belt off of Amazon.com that was supposedly a gun belt. And after carrying my EDC for a while, this belt no longer worked properly and barely could hold my pants off. Might as well hold a gun on it. So I waited my 8 weeks and actually got my shipping notification on my 7 year of sobriety, because I was an alcoholic, or am a recovering alcoholic, or however you want to put that. But it was pretty cool that I got my notification, my shipping notification about Clettus on that day, because he's probably, besides my belt, the most interesting thing that a man would talk about, and that would be his cock. You know, because cocks can be useful for, you know, showing off, and just say my cock's pretty. You know, he's a pretty cock. You know, he's not right. You know, my wife likes my cock. You know, she finds it pretty good, and I think it's pretty decent. You know, cock. And he doesn't have, you know, a whole lot of purposes, but, you know, like I said, if you can't figure out what to do with your cock, then you don't need a cock. But there's a couple cool things that you can do with the cock, since it's a Velcro. Bear with me for a second. As I stated, I'm working one-handed here. It comes with Velcro, so you can place one of your favorite patches or stickers on here, and as you can see, the Velcro is very substantial. Just to show you the fact that that is not cheap Velcro in any means. Let me make sure he's setting back up right. Try to get this on here by looking at what I'm doing. But give him a good old squish there, and there you go. This cock is for God and country. Then also have this cool other trigger control Geisley patch there. Geisley, Geisel, however you like to pronounce it. But then I can slap a couple patches on my cock, and he even becomes more decorative. And who's to say that now it makes my cock even more impressive. I haven't done a whole lot with my channel for a while, and I thought, you know, why not do a review of my cock? You know, because I just don't see, you know, the problem, or, you know, the understanding of why people can't understand the cock's purpose. So Clettus and me thought we would sit here and, you know, talk a few minutes and, you know, kind of have a YouTube reunion. No, I wouldn't say a reunion. Kind of my, you know, comeback to YouTube, because I, you know, like I said, I've been missing. Like I said, my father was diagnosed with cancer, and it was the same. You know, I've been busy, and as you can tell, now I'm not busy for the moment, and suffering with a broken arm here, well, fracture in 2 places, well, very complicated stuff, you know. But at least my cock is okay. And that's the main thing, is that, you know, he's pretty cool, you know, and Clettus, you know, hangs around, you know, does what he needs to do, and serves his purpose, and, you know, like I said, he's a God, you know, for God and country, and he's a pretty decent, upstanding cock, you know. And people kind of probably wondering why I'm meandering around and just kind of, you know, taking my time talking about my cock. But, you know, there's a purpose in this video, and I'm trying to get to it eventually, is that, you know, sometimes I think, you know, looking on YouTube, a lot of people are just not doing a lot of stuff, you know, interesting. There's stuff missing from YouTube that when I started, you know, what do you want to say, die hard watching YouTube a couple years ago, especially for guns and gears and stuff like that. There's stuff missing, and I'm trying to get somewhere with this, and I will here in a minute, but I thought, having my cock here present, would, make people a little more entertained instead of just listening to me talk. I don't really like to, look at, the camera or whatever, because, there's no point in seeing my face. It's what I'm going to say that's probably more important. And that's the way I look at it. Sometimes, being on YouTube doesn't mean being on YouTube. There's been a lack of just stuff on YouTube that people talk about. A few things have happened since I was last on YouTube. I sold my Glock 19. Yes, I heard people stop breathing. I sold my Glock 19. I picked up a Smith & Wesson Shield 40. I had that for a while. And then I actually picked up another Glock 19, but this case Gen 4. And I'm getting to the point. I got a couple holsters I'm going to review, and this is kind of what I'm going to get to. Before I end this, though, and get to the very end of my video, check out SOE Tactical. Made in the motherfucking USA. Support, the economy. Help, buy some shit made here. I'm tired of opening everything and it's made in frickin' China. And it's becoming, and I appreciate John's approach to business anymore, and how he kind of just tells people, he made the company, you didn't make the company. And I've made a video talking about waiting on kydex holsters. If you want a quality holster, you need to wait a few minutes, and wait a few minutes, a few weeks. The longer you wait, the better your product's going to be. And when I get a chance and an extra hand, I'll try to get my belt out and show you that there's no different than any one video that he showed the belt that makes it any different. There is something really sad, though, about, when you get your belt and, if you order comes with a cock or not, that he literally has to give out instructions on how to put on the belt. Let me explain this to you. I'm not the smartest man in the world, and never claimed to be, as my grandfather would say, but it doesn't take a whole lot to put this belt on. I think my son could put it on, 9 years old, with no problem. And I can't figure out for the life of me why some people would even have an issue with it, or taking the male end off and putting the female in, or whatever, which I'll get to that at another time. But I kind of am depressed that, nobody has really, put their cock out there for people to see, which I think, if you're, impressed or enjoy your, I won't say enjoy, but some people might say that, but if you have a nice looking cock and can't put it out there for people to look at, and you're not, proud to say, hey, here's my cock, look at it, or if you're ashamed of your cock and you don't want your wife to know, or, well, your wife wouldn't know that, there's some shame in your cock. But needless to say, a lot of people haven't got to the point of reviewing stuff anymore. There's no more, there's lack of some good tabletop reviews, needless to say. And what I'm proposing with this video, not only, getting everybody a chance to check out my cock and find them awesome, find my cock to be awesome, and hopefully get you a cock you can be proud of, is that I see a lot of things when I go on Facebook, besides, John Willis, SOE's page currently closed, but he does have Controversy Willis page, check that out. Is that, people don't, we have a lot of these new companies coming open, especially holster companies, kydex holster companies. I flipped through the Facebook and, and realized there's all these new companies coming out, and then there's these established companies that, have a name for themselves and stuff, but then you have all these new companies that, don't have, as much as much advertisement as some of these other ones, and they just get on Facebook and kind of just, especially if you like one holster company, you get all these suggestions for these holster companies. And what I want to do with this video, and hopefully, if you've sat through this, 12-minute video, I believe so far, when I'm running it, of me talking about my cock and have not become offended and think I did a good job of reviewing my cock, then what I would like you to do is, if you got your upstart company with kydex holster or something, and you want to get it reviewed, and an actually good review of your holster, and somebody would tell you the truth, send it out to me. I'll review it for you. If you want it back, I'll send it back to you. And I think, I carry a Glock 19. It's one of the most carried popular pistols out there. Striker fire pistols. That's what I would want to review. If you got a kydex holster, or kydex holster, hybrid holster, whatever you got, and your upstart company, and you just need, to get it out there, to get some advertisement, to get some people, looking at it, because I've got a bunch of you looking at my cock right now. And if, you enjoyed looking at my cock, you can take a few minutes to take out your day to look at the holster, and I think, that's one of the most unreviewed things nowadays, and I'm still going to review, regardless if you want to, send me a holster or not, and that's not what I'm trying to sell here. What I'm trying to sell here is that the fact that I sit here on a YouTube video talking about my cock and gonna get some views on it. And if I can get some views on talking about my cock and SOE being a great company, regardless of what anybody says, to check out, and if I can get some views on this, and you need, a holster reviewed, and I think that's something that's just missing, because everybody wants to send their holster out to, somebody big and a big company or something like that. That just don't have time to review your holster and check it out. I'd be more than willing to. If you want it back, it could be a T&E, I'll send it back to you. That's not a big deal. I think that the advertisement just needs to be out there. I don't want to keep it. If I do want to keep it, and you want, I'll pay you for it. That's not what I'm not wanting anything free. So don't take anything out of that. I paid for my belt. I paid for this. Meanwhile, I got this as a gift with buying my EDC belt. So I don't want anybody to think I'm panhandling here, or using my broken arm as a reason. I just wanted to have a little fun, talking about my cock and seeing how many times I could actually say cock on a video. That would be pretty funny. And I just think that we're missing a little bit of stuff here. And I do holster reviews, and I've got a couple holsters I'm going to review. I might even take a few minutes to talk about. I picked up a TDI knife, and I'm trying to get a sheath built for that. And just I feel like that there's a lot of besides John Willis and James Jaeger and a couple other people on YouTube that make videos. There's the ground roots of this whole internet system. Is not what it used to be, or it's missing something. Everybody's doing a gun demo, or this gun, or this fad, or this, But I think, if you're going to have, an EDC kit, knives, gun, a knife, a nice firearm, and a holster, and a good belt from SOE Tactical would be a great deal. And I just think there's a lot missing, and I think, that this would be something cool. And I just wanted to say, hey, what's up? I'm back. I'm going to do a couple of videos, hopefully. And I hope everybody enjoys my cock. It's Dwayne. We'll see ya.